Hi, I'm Dean Cavero with ERA Wilder, and this is the Dapper Dialogue Podcast. We are here with Tim Whewell, our general manager at the Green Boundary Club. I'm with Danny Manolfo of ERA Wilder. And Tim, thank you for taking the time. I know you're super busy running this club, but I wanted to kind of get with you and kind of get with the fact that the Green Boundary Club is an amazing club. My wife and I joined several years ago, 5-6 years ago, and we have loved it. It has grown exponentially in the fact physically and member-wise.
Right.
But we kind of wanted to talk to you about your role as a general manager here at the Green Boundary Club. Tell us a little bit about your history with the Green Boundary Club, how you became involved.
Well, I moved to Aiken to take care of my father. He was ill, and after he passed away, I said, man, maybe I should get a job.
As we all do.
So I came, and Jen, I work with Jen. She's the host. She's been here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And she said to me, "You should just come to Green Boundary and just bartend. You'll be fine. It'll be great. You'll make a ton of money."
Yeah.
So I did. It was December, and I made a ton of money. And then New Year's Eve, after New Year's Eve, I left the club.
Yeah. Okay.
There was some issues.
Right.
And then Mary called me. She's the president of the board.
Right.
She called me and said, she goes, "Where have you been?" And I said, "Well, I left, because I don't know."
Different issues.
Yeah, different issues, yeah. And she said, well, she called me 2 days later and she goes, "Would you come by my office?" And I said, "Sure." She goes, "We want to offer you a job." And I said, "In what capacity?" She goes, "We want you to run the place."
Wow.
What a bartending, that's huge.
So, so I obviously had a resume and stuff I took to her, so yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's Mary Gwen?
Yeah.
I love Mary Gwen.
She's awesome.
She handles a lot of closings for me.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She does a great job.
Yeah. She's
very
great.
nice. She's president of the board. Carl.
God bless her.
Yes, exactly. I'd say that again.
Yeah.
So that's how you became the GM.
Yeah.
Tell us some history about the Green Boundary, what it is. People drive by all the time. They see this beautiful white building, especially now with, like we talked about, the trees gone. But they see what it is. They see the grounds. If you had to wrap up what the Green Boundary is and what it does for Aiken, tell us about that.
It's considered a dining club,
Mm-hmm.
and in 1956, the story that I got was that on Thursday nights they used to the surrounding cottages. People come down here in the wintertime.
Right,
We used to be
winter
only
colony.
open from October to March. Now we're open year round. The family, they would invite all the people from the cottage. They would gather here to have dinner and stuff like that.
Sure.
No problem. Yeah.
And then they would, and then just became,
More popular and grew from that.
Wow.
That's
I never heard
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't know
great.
that. Yeah.
and then the group of people actually bought it in 1956.
Is that when they made it a private club, more or less?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's always been a supper club, more or less a dinner club.
More or less a dinner club, but then they got, they had the croquet, and
Right.
they have they used to come down, the winter colonies used to come down because of the horses.
Mm-hmm.
They would show their horses and race their horses and play polo, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For a year.
Yeah.
And that's how it really all started with that.
I will say that, like, the croquet, we have croquet events, and it's always welcome to, like, come out, learn the croquet,
Yeah.
learn how to play the game. I'm assuming the rules are pretty extensive. Wickets and wine?
Wickets and wine every Thursday.
Every Thursday,
And
right.
Come out and they have somebody that shows you how to do it and
Yeah.
gets you involved.
That's cool.
We actually have a huge tournament this weekend.
Yes, I was telling somebody else about that earlier. But and then we also have
Pickleball.
two pickleball. Right. They used to be tennis courts, but we've converted them to pickleball courts.
Yes.
Right. And so my family has come out and played pickleball here a bunch, and we just come out. We don't, do anything. We just literally roll over to the pickleball courts and just play, and we love it because pickleball is huge, obviously.
huge.
But the pickleball courts at the Odell Weeks are constantly busy,
Yeah.
and we aren't that good. So we typically feel like we need to kind of confine our crazy a little bit. So the girls and I and Shannon, we'll play our own thing. We bring our own music. Sometimes we've come here after and eaten.
Sure.
We'll walk
Yeah.
literally over and come in, get some dinner, or we've come and ordered food and taken it over there and sit at because there's tables out
Sure.
there. I remember when y'all did something for pickleball, and it was kind of teaching like a thing, and y'all had food set up
Yeah.
out there already,
Yeah.
which
For
was
the
really
kids.
nice.
Yeah.
And so there's things here that we have for families that I think people don't even know
Right.
about.
Yeah, yeah.
And y'all are constantly doing stuff. Y'all do stuff for what's it called with the horse racing? The Kentucky Derby.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I should know these things.
You should. You should.
My father was a jockey. I should know these things. So anyway, what other events that y'all have that maybe members, or not members, but people that are aspiring to be members would find interesting?
Well, we've really gotten a lot of younger members, which is, we have, obviously have some of the older members
Yes,
who
sure,
built the
sure.
place up, but we've gotten a lot of younger members that have children. And when I first got here, they weren't very accepting.
No, no, weren't.
And I
People
told
don't
them,
like change.
yes,
Yeah.
and I told them, and it's the future of the club.
It's right. The young blood.
There's a couple that came, very nice couple that came, and they've been coming here. They have 2 young kids, and they came 3 times because our hours used to be crazy.
Right.
And so they came like on a Monday and we were closed, and so then they came on a Wednesday we were closed. That's back when we.
Yeah.
Now we're open from 11 to 9 Tuesday through Sunday. It's very
Yeah.
easy to remember. But they came, and so I sent them an email because I was they came twice. They couldn't
Sure.
get anything to eat and stuff like that. So they said, I said to her, I said, I want to make sure you guys come back, and they're like, oh, we'll come back. She goes, we've been coming here. My grandparents were
Wow.
here, and then
Oh,
now
wow.
my parents, and now we're bringing our kids here.
That's nice.
And so, but she said, we would never bring our kids to the club. And I go, what do you mean? Because her kids weren't with them. And I go, what do you mean you never bring your kids? No, we never bring our kids to the club because they're not really well received. I said, well, that's going to change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as it should. I mean, that was something that this, was important. This
Yeah.
club room was
Club room,
important
yeah.
for us because we didn't feel like we could bring our kids for a while. But you and even Jacob, when he was here, he was like, look,
Yeah.
we want your kids here. We appreciate the fact that
Yeah.
they're here. And so I think that stigma is changing. And we appreciate the
We
fact
hope
that
so.
y'all worked so hard to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the younger folks are starting to not look at this as their parents' club. They're starting to look at it as their club, or the potential of having it as their club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The club room was definitely instrumental
Yeah.
in that. The fact that you can come here in jeans and shorts,
Yeah.
you don't have to wear a tie, things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important. One thing that and Dean's a member, I'm not, but when we talk to people about the Green Boundary, one thing they always ask is, well, how do you become a member?
Right.
And what are the amenities? What's the benefit? If I can just go with you and eat, what's the big deal?
Right.
Why should I join? And what comes with that membership? Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. Normally it's a guest or another member sponsors a member. Normally is how it works. People, their friends, or you guys have friends,
Right.
that respond to them. And they would come in. You would bring them in for dinner just so they can, get
a feel for the place.
stuff like that. And then I sometimes invite them back. I say, you don't really have to come with these 2 guys.
That's
We know you don't like
That's
us.
good.
So I get in trouble a lot. So.
No.
And I see if you want to come back, just experience, yourself before it's a
Sure.
commitment. It's a commitment, and so, and then there's a process to go through. There's a committee. The sponsor has to. The person has to fill out an application. They have to have a sponsor, which would be like, say, if you brought someone in, then they have to have 2 letters of.
Recommendation.
Recommendations, yes, from people that are here
Or
at the club.
members.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
all goes to a committee, which is run by Mr. Abrams. He's on the board. He's the chairman of the membership committee, and then they, get all the information. They look it over, and they, all make the decision. They, ask questions and stuff like that, and then it goes back to the board of directors, the board of governors, basically, and then they all have to vote unanimously on it.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds very similar to like joining a golf club.
Right.
You go out there, you play, you get 2 letters of recommendations from members in good standing, fill out an application, voted on, and all that stuff. So that's great. And then once they become a member, what comes along with it? So obviously they have full access to the grounds and the club, the eating, dining, and lunch, dinner, all that stuff. But what about, you guys have rooms here?
Yes, we have rooms. We have actually a 3-bedroom cottage that we just upgraded this year.
Nice.
That's the one over there on the side. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And like for families, because we, with the weddings and stuff that we do, or people that, members that have families that come in, we've had a lot of families stay over there actually.
That's great. Sure. I
And
forgot about the cottage.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it.
We just remodeled that just before the Masters last year. We were actually able to rent it out for the Masters last year.
That's
So it's
great.
good, yeah.
And then you have how many rooms upstairs?
6 rooms upstairs.
6 rooms
Yeah,
upstairs.
And
Okay.
there's 2 that are suites. One of the suites we're looking to do is there's a huge, it's basically the wedding bride and groom suite, but we're looking to do like anniversaries, like you would bring your wife.
Nice.
And
Staycations.
We would cook you dinner up there and bring dinner and all that stuff.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Very
We're
nice.
thinking about doing that.
Now, I know above this, we have a terrace
Yeah.
above that. Have y'all ever used the terrace for any kind of event stuff?
We, what a bride and groom, they had their dinner up there
Nice.
for a wedding that we had, big wedding we had. We wanted to do a happy hour thing. We're getting a little pushback, so from the department.
More people.
Sure.
Huh.
That's right.
Yes, yes. 'Cause
Jumping off the terrace.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Cocktails and
They ruin everything. All right.
The biggest that I think is the most valuable thing with the membership is we have a reciprocal program.
Yeah.
We have over like 600 reciprocals across the United
More than
States,
Chelsea.
including in the UK. We have people, so you can go. You have to go through us. We make a reservation for you at the club you want to go to. One of the most popular ones is in New York City, the Athletics Club in New York City.
Yeah.
And people, they'll go there and stay, and it's, they get a much better rate than if they just called.
Right, that's true.
Right. So we set up the reservations for you and all that stuff, and vice versa.
That's great.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that with Bill too, and it's really easy to do. Y'all make it so easy to do that. I mean, I've literally just sent an email, and they were like, "Tell us what you need to do, and we'll set it up for you."
Yeah.
And y'all send a letter of introduction.
Yeah.
That's what it's.
Yeah.
Letter of introduction, and then that starts the
Yeah.
process, and then. It made it seamless. It was super easy. So thank you.
It's one of the most valuable things of the membership. I tell
It
people
is,
all the
and
time.
and when you get that book of the reciprocals, some of those places I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll ever
We
do
have
it,
a
but
book with our thing on it.
is that the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reciprocal book. Yeah,
Very
that's
nice.
Yeah, this is nicer than one I got. It was paperback.
Stick that in your pocket.
Yeah,
Take that
I'll
with us.
Yes, yes.
This is really nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Where do you see the club in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, we see growing our membership, and we see, me and the chef see it growing more welcoming, basically.
Right,
Because
right.
everyone thinks we're kind of closed off and, a secret society or something.
Right,
is what
right,
it's
right.
told, but
That's why I joined the secret society. I was disappointed.
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want
Yeah.
to be friendly
I know.
at all.
I'm actually frustrated. This is getting more.
It's becoming more, because a lot of people join because they're new to the community. They want to get to
Yeah.
know people. A
Sure.
lot of businesses, people like both you,
Right.
to grow, to get contacts, stuff like that.
Sure.
It's very good to do that.
Networking.
Yeah.
Networking, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the pluses of joining.
Yeah.
and we get a lot of members that now, like I said, younger members with kids, huge.
Very touching.
So I will say a feather in your cap and your staff is anytime I come for lunch, whether it's Dean or I or the Calmia Club that I'm a member of, when we have our lunches here, it's always very professional, but it's not
Overdone.
Yeah.
Stuffy, uptight.
Yeah.
it's not stuffy and uptight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
It's very welcoming.
welcoming,
Yeah.
right?
The staff is always polite and they're very professional, but you don't feel like you have to walk around with white gloves. You can't touch anything.
Yeah.
They're very helpful. Anytime you need anything, I'll be glad to get that.
Accommodating, for
Very
sure.
accommodating, but I don't feel like it's very pretentious. So I think a lot of people they look for that. They want a nice place to come for dinner, to bring the family. They also want a place where they can come relax, maybe after dinner have a cocktail with some friends or whatever. But they also want it to be welcoming, and when they do have a professional luncheon or
both,
dinner,
right?
that they know they're going to get good service and it's going to be very handled in the right way. So I think that's a feather in your cap that it is very welcoming and not pretentious.
Something that Bill brought up was we have several different rooms in the club, but the living room over here where we can come and have a drink, order hors d'oeuvres, sit by the fire, just really kind of relax. I think everybody thinks of the Wilcox as Aiken's living room per se, but then there's this other secret living room that Aiken doesn't get to experience as much.
And I wish we could use it more.
Yeah.
And well, I was going to say, and you're not fighting for a seat
Because you are.
We love the
Wilcox.
Wilcox.
We love
the
Yeah.
Wilcox.
Yeah, everybody
But if you're not there at a certain time, you may not be able to sit so close to the fire.
That's right.
Sure.
Or you're looking for a room, waiting for someone to go. As a member of a private club,
Right.
Yeah.
the odds of it being packed that night, you're fighting over seats, pretty slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of members bring their friends there, and then they, especially if they want to have a nice dinner. The good thing is we have a couple different options. You have the casual side, and we also have a fine dining side. They bring their members in there, and they sit in there and have cocktails, and then they go over to the dining room and have dinner.
Right.
Yeah,
So
right. And that's really great and under promoted, I would say, in the fact that this is available. Y'all also do a great job with Christmas and decorating, and then Santa Claus, bring in Santa Claus and stuff. And man, my kids love that. They do, and again, other places do that as well. But here it just feels like it's not as pushy and not as crowded and everything else. Santa Claus spends so much time with our girls and they love it, and he is so nice. Well, of course it's Santa Claus. He's
that's
gonna
right.
be
You
nice.
better be.
We're looking to do. Me and the chef are very into the community and giving back. We're looking to do a breakfast with Santa Claus with a local group of
That's great.
kids.
That's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I just want to thank you again
Yes.
for your time and your energy that
thank
you've
you.
put into this club. It's making a difference.
You're very accommodating. Dean and I, anytime we want to shoot here, you've been very helpful, accommodating. So thank you for your willingness and for the club's willingness to let us film
Oh, yeah,
here.
of
And
course.
we just wanted to highlight, the amenities that you guys have here and get out to the community that, all you got to do is know a member, fill out an application, and you can be a part of this great club and the history of this club. So
Exactly.
thank you for your time.
Yeah,
We
no
wish
worries.
you and
Thank
your
you.
family a
Appreciate
happy
it.
Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas.
Same for
Yeah,
yours.
same.
You're
Thank
bringing your daughters for
Yeah. We'll
her
be here.
birthday.
Yeah, we're
In the
doing a
library,
birthday
yeah.
thing for Harper this Saturday. in
Oh,
the
nice.
library.
Yes.
We've
Yes,
reserved the library.
we
It's
have-
funny I didn't get an invitation.
No, you didn't.
We do a lot of private events. So
Yeah,
it's one of the things we're trying to push now.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Tim. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks. Bye.